This episode of the Sillycast is brought to you by glitter. Have you ever thought to yourself, wow, I just want to make a mess and make everything around me sparkle until the end of time? It doesn't matter how much I clean or how hard I try to get rid of all this glitter, how much I want to get rid of all the sparkles. It will be here forever. If that sounds good to you, please check out today's sponsor, Glitter, using the promo code glitter. Whenever you go to Walmart and purchase glitter, just tell the cashier glitter when you hand them glitter, and they will give you the Sillycast discount, which is twice as much as the glitter normally is. Oh my gosh, there's a theme song. Welcome to another festive episode of the Sillycast, the only podcast on the internet that is simultaneously holly and jolly. I am your host, and my name is Tomahawk, and this is a show where we take any topic and just make it so dang silly. It's the silliest thing you could ever imagine. And I'm not going to lie to you. This episode, I'm not feeling it. This is a Christmas episode. It's coming out at Christmas time. This is one of the few times that I'm recording an episode around the time it's coming out. So I'm recording this around Christmas time. And I'm not feeling any Christmas spirit. And I think it's going to take, honestly, nothing shy of a Christmas miracle to make me feel Christmassy. If only there was someone or something that could provide me with a Christmas miracle.
Whoosh!
Oh my gosh.
Whoosh! Whoosh! Jingle, 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 jingle. Ho, ho, ho.
It's Tim Allen.
It's me, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, how did you get onto this Zoom call? I didn't invite you.
I have magical ways, Sonny.
Is it weird to do an impression of Tim Allen to you?
It was really good. I'm ready to get a holly out of jolly.
Nice. I'm
Really
so glad
good.
you're here.
Let me level with you.
Okay.
I'm tired of that voice, and I'm gonna be honest, dude. You're being a real Grinch. I'm not gonna touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
Whoa. Tim Allen doesn't talk like that. Are you the real Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Doy.
Oh my Christmas stars and garters. And yeah, I am a Grinch. I love the Grinch. I love being green and hairy.
Yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch, dude.
Yeah. I watched that movie the other day.
Yeah, what was it?
How
was it?
It's a weird movie. Have you seen it, Santa?
No, I don't watch any movies about myself. I get nervous.
I mean, you're not even in that one. They say Santa, but like Santa's not in that.
I'm mentioned. That's good enough.
Okay, because I'm gonna spoil it for you. Here's the weird thing: if you care about the movie The Grinch, featuring Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch that came out 2 years ago, it's kind of implying at the end of the movie that the Grinch is gonna hook up with Cindy Lou Who's single mom.
Oh.
It's not. It's
Well,
so weird. It's
I'm glad I don't watch any of my movies. The only one I saw was Santa Claus 3, and woof.
You skipped to the third one?
Well, it was coming out, and it was in theaters, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I got some free time. As soon as he said, I invented chill, I was done.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Is the first Santa Claus the one where Tim Allen takes over the role of Santa Claus? Is that like a horror movie to you? Because like you essentially get murdered and then somebody takes your place?
Yeah, kind of. It's like one of those Reddit 50-50 things that the elves really like. Like they'll be like, hey Santa, look at this. It's either a cute puppy or you dying. It's always me dying. It's really not cool.
So do you not like any Christmas movies, or just any Christmas movies that feature a character playing Santa?
I just don't want any Christmas movies, because then I'm in reference. I don't want to be put on the spot like that, dude. I get nervous.
Why? What makes you get nervous about Christmas?
All the stress.
That's understandable.
There's a lot of kids, man.
I'm sure. So there's a lot of I'm sure there's a lot of stress surrounding your big day, the day of Christmas, the one day a year that you have like your one major job. What's the rest of your year look like? What does your average Tuesday in April look like?
The average Tuesday in April. Well, I'm in the North Pole. It's snowing.
Okay.
And just getting tortured by elves, dude. The goblins. I hate those guys.
Really?
Yeah, they're terrible.
What makes the elves so bad? I wasn't expecting them to. I wasn't expecting to hear that they were bad.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, like I guess you weren't listening or anything. They keep showing videos of me dying, and then they're like, "This is you," and then they just keep playing Nostalgia Critic videos on my movies. And
hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to.
It's the worst of both worlds. It's my movie, and I hear the Nostalgia Critic, and I can't handle it, dude.
It's so
making
weird,
my headphones pop out.
I've had so many conversations this month about Christmas because I work retail. I have friends, and we talk about Christmas stuff. And
yeah, sure.
Only one other person has mentioned Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
I can't remember, but I distinctly remember there being a conversation about Nostalgia Critic within the past month.
Yeah, that kid's going to need some coal.
Probably.
No one should talk about the Nostalgia Critic.
I mean, so do you get presents?
I mean, you'd think it happened. I got Mrs. Claus.
Uh-huh.
And she's okay. I think she's been cheating on me with elves. But, yeah, I don't know. And there's all those elves. You think I'm getting gifts from them, but, it's making me turn into a real Grinch. We're just two peas in a pod, aren't we?
I guess.
Two jingles in a jangle.
I wasn't expecting you to be so Grinchy when you were trying to provide me with Christmas cheer.
Like when you just kind of go into a thing and you're just like, oh man, I'm gonna change this guy's life. We're gonna have such a good time. We're all gonna be holly jolly and bright. And then like, I don't know, man, just with all this Grinchy melancholy energy around you, it's turning me into a real Rudolph's butt.
All right, so I definitely have some follow-up questions. One of the main questions I want to ask is the elves.
Yes.
There's been a lot of different depictions of elves in not just pop culture, but also just like in mythology. So like elves in Lord of the Rings are so different than elves in Tim Allen's The Santa Claus 3. Who's gotten the closest in depicting elves?
Well, there's always that one that wants to be a dentist. And in Santa Claus 3, that's pretty close. I got to say, maybe that's the reason they hate me. I keep instigating, hey, why aren't you like Orlando Bloom over there? Why aren't you CGI jumping over an elephant? Like, that's cool. But I don't know, man.
So your elves look like children?
It's really strange. They have like faces of children, but also fantastic handlebar mustaches.
Even the female elves?
Even the females, It's really progressive, honestly. I got to commend them for that.
Cool. So Miss Claus then, Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
She doesn't get a lot of play aside from the fact that...
Oh, I tell you what, she's getting a lot of play from that elf. It's the dentist one, I swear, dude. I don't trust that dentist one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
I always thought the dentist elf was gay.
I think that's his cover-up story. Like to me, when I first met him, I'm like, oh, homie likes dudes. And it is what it is, you know? And, oh man, no, I see Mrs. Claus. She smells like fluoride. Like, are you kidding me, dude? That's the work of a dentist. I don't know how to confront him about it. It's just, it's a whole situation.
Are you sure that she's just not seeing him as a dentist?
This is a kid's show. I'm not going to get into it, but there's fluoride everywhere. It's weird.
Who said this was a kid's show?
I did when I came. I did when I came on this show, and everything's saying is kid friendly. That's another reason I don't like the movies. I gotta be kid friendly all the jingle jangle time.
Okay, I see. So
yeah.
If it was up to you, if you could rebrand yourself, what would you do?
First of all, Buff, I think we need a himbo Santa. We're really due for one of those.
Are you currently buff?
No, dude, I'm thick as heck. I've been eating too many milk and cookies and not enough carrots for the reindeer.
I can tell because you're wearing the glasses, and you know, if you were eating carrots, you wouldn't be needing glasses. They're good for your eyes.
Well, that's not technically true. I'm going to ruin your improv for a second because vitamin A. I don't have anything. I was just trying to be an ass.
Whoa, this is a kid show. You just said this was a kid show.
Hey, man, Santa's on. There's no rules.
Okay, so Santa, I'm assuming.
Just kidding. I was in reference to a donkey.
Oh, okay. You're just being a donkey.
Yeah, just being a donkey.
Are there any donkeys in the North Pole?
No. In fact, it's pretty much void of life, except for us elves and reindeer and Miss Claus and Tim Allen.
Oh, Tim Allen lives at the North Pole?
Yeah, he's it's a lot. You know, he said the N-word at a comedy thing. It wasn't cool.
That doesn't sound cool.
So yeah, we're kind of holding him prisoner for being Santa and also a bad person.
Huh. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I want to go back to talking about Mrs. Claus because I have a lot of questions about her in particular. There's not a lot of lore and marketing surrounding her. So like, what's her name? You don't know her name? You should not start your answer to what is your wife's name with
You just interrupted me. I wasn't done yet. Her name's Umberny.
Umberny?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a very pretty name.
Yeah, but we just call her Mrs. Claus because Umberny's a mouthful.
Where's she from?
She's from Kansas.
Kansas. I hear that Kansas is a totally fine place.
There's a dust bowl there sometimes.
Dorothy seemed pretty concerned about going back there, so I'm assuming there was something worth going back to, you know?
Yeah, honestly, I don't see the appeal.
So go ahead. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
Like you know, like, have you ever been like, man, I just really want to go to Kansas?
No, of course not.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, she left Kansas, went to the North Pole. So
yeah, that's true.
In your opinion, what's worse, the North Pole or Kansas?
I mean, what's the difference? Am I right?
I don't know. I haven't been to either.
Yeah, it's a joke you'd get only in the North Pole. So okay. I'm sorry.
So how did you and Mrs. Claus meet? What's her name again? Something?
Umberny.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty dope. She was like 85 years old.
Oh,
I
wow.
was like 5,000, and then quite the age gap. But once you get older, it just shrinks and shrinks.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. So 85, 5,000. And, she's in the middle of a cornfield in Kansas. I break down my sleigh. She's got carrots everywhere because you're just growing carrots in Kansas. Yeah, she feeds my reindeers, and I'm like, whoa, what's your name? She's like, Umberny. And I'm like, I remember that name. That was on my nice list forever. So how about you want to ditch this place because Kansas seems lame? And she was like, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, that's what happened.
All right, so I definitely have some follow-up questions.
Okay.
So you being 5,000, do you look at an 85-year-old woman and go, ooh, I'm robbing the cradle here?
What's this 96-year-old lady doing with a guy 4 times her age? And, I don't care.
It doesn't make any difference.
No, they can call me cradle snatcher. Who cares?
Again, you're taking this to a gross place.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it. But again, as I said, the age just keeps getting closer and closer. Now, if she were like 55,
that's not how age works. They stay the same distance apart.
I'm literally an immortal dude.
All right.
So I'm maybe 5,000, but I look 85. So we're the same age. Now, if she were like 45, I'd be like, ooh, that's going to be a big no-no for Mr. Claus, and so that's how it is. She is now like 2,085.
Okay.
And so now I am 7,000 ish. You lose track,
Sure. So that definitely leads to more questions.
Yeah.
You're 7,000 years old. So what was your childhood like?
Well, you just kind of forget. I remember I was a kid, my earliest memory, I was about 3.5 years old. I already had a full beard. It was really weird.
He had a beard, and it felt weird.
My, she had a beard and it felt weird.
He had a beard.
Oh.
Did you come into the world fully formed, or did you just age really rapidly?
Very much. I came into the world fully formed by a conspiracy of holly, jolly, snow, and everything that is nice, and eggnog, and that's how I came to be.
Huh. You see, I thought you were much younger than that, because the whole tale of Saint Nick, it's old to me and people alive now, but it's not nearly as old as 7,000 years. So,
well,
is that really related to you, or are you?
Yeah, no, that's me. It really took a long time for me to get my footing. It's really hard to get started and get out of the conspiracy's nest. It's just, it was a real struggle for me growing up. I was definitely a late bloomer. Bloomer of 2,000 years. Mm-hmm. It was some rough stuff.
Okay. And I know with each answer, I find more and more stuff that I have to ask questions about.
Yeah, of course.
Were you born from humans? Are they immortal? Did you become immortal by discovering some mystical thing? Are you a child of a god? How have you become immormortal? What's the origin of that?
I'm very much an ancient deity of some kind of snow holly jolly god. Because again, I was born by a conspiracy of things, not by human flesh. And
what was the conspiracy of things consisting of? Can I take a guess? I have a gut feeling.
I mean, I just told you, but sure, you can tell me.
You told me a few, and I'm gonna guess the rest.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna guess that it was 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, how'd you know? But also, there's 5 golden rings. And then
I've never heard of that before. How did rings partake in a conspiracy? Those are inanimate objects.
That's a really good question. It wasn't really the rings, but more of the material they're made out of. As you can see, the little gold rim around my glasses, that's some of the rings. Mm-hmm. It was definitely a mix of different inorganic materials. Holly and Jolly isn't really organic, but it came to make me, nor is eggnog. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of inanimate things are what came to be my creation.
I mean, I'm not here to judge, man. I'm just trying to understand you more. I want us to be friends.
Okay. Maybe that'll make us both less the Grinches, huh?
Do you decide who gets what gift, or do you just decide whether or not they get coal or a gift? Is there like an elf who's like, yeah, Susan's really been wanting this sewing kit, so she gets a sewing kit?
So it's a really intense chain of things. So, the kid goes to the mall Santa.
All right.
And, and tell the mall Santa what they want. The mall Santa tells the manager of the mall, who is secretly an elf,
who looks like a child with a handlebar mustache, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, standing at about 3.5 feet tall.
All right.
Very much goblin height. In fact, you might be wondering, what's the difference between a goblin and an elf? It's the ears. That's about it. There isn't much else. But I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I'm really passionate about goblins. I wish I had goblins instead of elves, because these elves keep showing me videos of me dying. Elves, they chain of command, they slow, and then it's like a baton pass, a game of telephone.
Mm-hmm.
It's of telling each other elf what they want until they get to the North Pole. It's a long journey. It's a long journey from Greensboro to the North Pole. Yeah, it's very, very complicated, but sometimes, we get things a little mixed up. Because, sometimes people get exactly what they want. Sometimes people will get, socks instead of, a Nintendo Switch. Socks, Switch, starts with an S. Easily mixed up.
So thing is, it's very rare that you hear of anybody getting coal, and if they get coal, it's perceived to be a gag gift. Do you actually give coal, or do you just give them presents that they won't like?
I just kind of give them nothing. Because
okay.
I feel like if they get something, that's still a net positive.
All right.
If you're really naughty, then coal, you can do something with that. You can put that on the grill and grill some steaks or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but if you get nothing, you can't do nothing with nothing.
I'm not gonna try and get you to change your model, but I will say that having worked in the service industry, as a waiter, if somebody were to leave a penny on the table, that they did not like the service that they got. Whereas if they don't leave a tip at all, you can say to yourself, oh, they just forgot.
Mm.
So I'm not saying
I don't know about that.
I've never gotten that low of a tip, but the people I worked with did. I was a very fine server. Man,
I wish we had servers like that in the North Pole.
Oh, what kind of jobs are there in the North Pole?
Well, you got your toy tinkerers, and it's just the essentials, like the people that build and maintain houses, and then supply art for everything. Keep heat going with all the coal that we're not giving to kids, and then cooks and all that stuff. A lot of desserts in the North Pole. Maybe that's why I'm so fat. I'm just now putting the pieces together on this one.
I mean, it's a big part of the mythology that you have to eat milk and cookies at every house when you're doing your job, doing the run.
Yeah, and the milk and cookies bit, it's pretty nice, free food. I guess that's what I'm getting paid for and paid with. And what's up with skim milk?
There's only one thing I hate more than lying. Skim milk, which is water that's lying about being milk.
Like almond milk, whole milk, I'm fine with that. I like that. I mean, I prefer whole milk. But skim milk, that's just white water.
How do you feel about them putting out eggnog instead of?
Oh well, I don't know. Sometimes it's boozy, but I'm like, whoa, Blitzen, you better take the reins on this one. And then,
so you have a reindeer in the sleigh,
well, you gotta have a co-pilot
for other reindeer. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have a co-pilot. A little known fact: reindeer under their hooves are hands. It's very strange how they also have opposable thumbs, much like a great ape.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do your reindeer ever get in fist fights?
Yeah, it's honestly brutal. You know, like they'll get in fist fights and. I just dropped some coal.
Gotcha. I'm glad you brought coal back up because I do have a question. With the way of climate change affecting us in our day-to-day life, have you considered transferring to some more like renewable form of energy as opposed to sticking with coal that's continually hurting the environment?
I mean, as much as I'd love that, I live in the North Pole and I'd love to do some solar power situation, but the days are so short up there because it's at the top of the earth. So I won't really charge up any solar power. And then I'd love to do wind power, but you know, like the winds are too strong there because again, we're on top of the earth axis. So like really, I just kind of got nothing going on. I kind of just have to believe that climate change is a myth for the time being until we find out how to do nuclear fission. Unfortunately, the scientists never asked for efficient nuclear fission for Christmas because then I'd figure it out. But you know, I can't because no one's asking for it.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert in renewable energy. But you going from the days are too short up here at the North Pole to have solar power as a true choice. Also, as far as like wind, there's too much. There's too much wind for us to use. It's very amusing to me. It's like I have solar panels, but I have too much sun. So it's just gonna burn my solar panels to a crisp. Oh, this sucks.
Yeah, it's a real pickled gingerbread. It's like you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's a bad thing.
Sounds bad. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some spoiled eggnog, dude. It's the worst.
Ugh. All right, so I do want to dive in a little bit more into just the general aesthetic of Santa. Since you've been around a long time, there's a lot of different aspects of what we, the public, perceive as Santa. And I'm wondering how much of it is like you choosing this compared to just, you know, things that pop culture is just kind of put on you. And you're like, I guess this is what I have to do now.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic question. You're a really good interviewer. I just want to let you know that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, doing a great job. Actually, fun fact, the Santa costume that I've always had is definitely reliant on my image. You know, now it's this, you know, floppy hat, beard. Wasn't always like that. You know, about 500 years ago or so. I didn't have this floppy hat. I had everything else. The only difference, I had a fedora. I had a fluffy fedora on.
A fluffy fedora.
And let me tell you, I'm glad I got rid of that one.
You really dodged a bullet there, yeah.
I really did. Have you seen how people wearing fedoras now get so ostracized?
I just want to ask a question to clarify. Was it a fedora or was it like a trilby?
Oh no, it was 100% fedora. Like trilbies are kind of respectable if you're not ignorant to the differences. But yeah, no, it was straight fedora.
Okay, I actually like a fedora, like an Indiana Jones hat. I can get behind that.
Yeah, but that kind of enters more cowboy hat range, almost. So it's like
when I think fedora, when I hear fedora, that's the hat I see is the Indiana Jones hat. So
fedoras are a lot smaller. Yeah.
Wow.
I think you got a different hat there, boyo.
It's called a fedora. It's an Indiana Jones fedora.
I guess the people marketing don't know what a fedora is.
All right, back to marketing.
Or do I know what a fedora is? It's been too long. It's been way too long. So it's been 500 years.
I understand that. I understand. So how did you settle on a red suit?
I got a lot of natural blush going on. You can see it in my schnoz. You can see it in my cheekbones.
Yeah.
It's just a whole color complement thing, you know. The red's really bringing out my cheeks. I look almost like a baboon. And then you can see my beard, which is, very real, might I add. And what you looking at?
Is there somebody sitting behind you?
No, what are you talking about, dude?
I can very clearly. I saw somebody in a chair behind you.
Okay. You got me.
Dawson!
I'm not Santa Claus.
Dawson, how did you? You tricked me.
Yeah, you got goofed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be a Grinch forever.
No, you're not, because you know why?
Why?
You're recording your podcast with your favorite co-caster.
Ugh. Well, I guess that's enough for this episode. Yep, I'm ending it. I don't want to do this with you. I was doing this with Santa.
Whoopsie.
Okay. So, Dawson, you real insult. I can't come up with anything. I'm too frazzled. I'm too surprised.
Now my glasses are going to fog up because you're making me cry.
Good. You deserve it for tricking me so. I do have a question, though, for you, Dawson.
Okay, yeah.
Is that the real Santa Claus behind you?
Yes.
Are you at the North Pole?
Yeah, dude.
How'd you get there?
I just kind of walked here, dude. Not even gonna lie.
Is that why you quit the podcast? So you could just walk to the North Pole and you could just stay focused?
Yeah, I really needed a job to do that was really consistent, and that was walking to the North Pole.
Understandable. That's respectable.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the portal to find Macaulay Culkin. It's just a whole thing.
That sounds like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
If only there was a Macaulay Culkin Christmas movie.
If only. That would solve all my problems.
But nope, there isn't. Sad.
Nope.
So Dawson, since you're where you are right now, could you do me a favor and ask Santa to get me a very particular kind of Christmas gift? This Christmas gift being a brand new Patreon tier.
Yeah, here, I'll ask him. Hey, can you give him a new Patreon tier?
Your head's gone.
Okay, he's got one, dude.
Okay, cool.
He says,
You just asked him. Did you forget?
he's changing his numbers, dude.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He said for 2 pounds of coal, he can break his restraints and murder me.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Patreon accepts coal as an option, but sure. Yeah.
That's just his form of currency, I guess. I don't know. Diamonds in the rough, man.
Neat. Very good.
Yeah.
That answer was a lot more aggressive than I anticipated. I'm going to assume that Santa's suit is red from the blood of his enemies.
Yeah, he's really mad. I think it's all those elves that kept showing him videos of him dying. Like, he was really sore about that. I was really trying to channel.
That was real.
Yeah, that was real. Most of the stuff was real, but that one was. Whew.
Was he feeding you lines through an earpiece? He just didn't want to be on camera?
No. I mean, he was just telling me stories when I got here, and I was like, I gotta do Tomahawk. It's almost Christmas time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say this definitely made me filled with the Christmas spirit, knowing that Santa Claus is real, that he's holding my best friend hostage, and getting a brand new Patreon tier. Dawson, is there anything you want to plug?
No, not really. There aren't very many outlets here in the North Pole.
Understandable. Well, you, dear viewer, I'm sure you are just filled to the brim with Christmas cheer right now. Thank you so much for watching this terrible episode. I appreciate it. I have all kinds of stuff around this on this channel. I got a brand new series coming soon. It's going to be great. You can listen to this on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, probably some other things that I can't even think of. Google Podcast, that's one. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. It means the world to me. And comment what you want for Christmas. And if you're watching this after Christmas, tell me what you got for Christmas. So you can really rub it in and I can feel even less happy about how my Christmas went. Okay, I think that's it. I think we did it. I think that was a whole episode where Dawson was at the North Pole and he got to talk to Santa and he freaking bamboozled me.
You got ding dang bamboozled, dude.
I got.
You got.
I should have seen through this with the goblins and the Macaulay Culkin and the whatever it was you said at the beginning that I was like, I had a conversation with someone not long ago and they mentioned that also, but I can't remember what it is now.
I think it still was Nostalgia Critic.
Nostalgia Critic. That's right. Yep. But will there be another Santa episode next year? Maybe. It won't be with Dawson though, or it will. I don't know. Maybe we'll have the real Santa on and he might look like how the guy looks behind Dawson right now. Or maybe I'm being bamboozled about that also. There's no way of knowing.
Maybe I'm not in the North Pole.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Who knows?
Dawson's just a filthy liar. Okay. This certainly was an episode. Goodbye.
Ring ting 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 bong bingle bang bing bong bingle bang boom.
Do 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 be dooby 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 doo.
Bye bye.